have a new security system in the district. So when you come, if you're not doing the normal pickup and drop off outside, if you have to come into the office, you're probably going to be asked to scan your driver's license or state ID when you come up. It gives us a picture of who's on there, so we can relate that to the person that's standing outside to make sure that they're on our pickup list. It's a much more efficient and safe way to get kids in and out the door, especially with new assistants who don't. We were very blessed to have Miss Janet at Platinum and Miss Holly here at Telegraph, and they left. So there's a lot of learning curve with our assistants before they can go, oh, that's Tyler's mom. I can let him, I can go ahead and grab him. So don't be surprised if you're asked to present your driver's license. There's a little scanner that looks like basically like a little gun for at the grocery store. You just put the back of your driver's license under there, it'll scan it, and your information will pop up. Okay, there's a little clicker that'll tell you, are you a contractor or a parent? Other than that, I'm here pretty much every day the kids are here. If you ever have any questions, I'm always around campus. You can get a hold of Ms. Watson and reach out to me. I'm more happy to come and talk to you. So if you don't have any other questions, I'm out here. You guys have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm going to introduce the teachers. So my name is Miss Kim, and I'm one of the teachers. And Miss Jen, which is gone. I just turned around. Miss Jen, when she comes back in, will have her way. She is the aide in my classroom. We have Miss Melanie, and she's one of the teachers, and Miss Ashley is aide in Miss Melanie's classroom. And we have Miss Gina, who is our other teacher. She was kindergarten and has moved over to preschool this year, so we're very excited. She's a new addition to our family. And Miss Rita is the aide in her classroom. So really, we don't have anybody that's new. Everybody's been here. They just kind of move around all the time. So that is all of our preschool staff. In our office, like the resource officer said, we have a new administrative assistant. Her name is Miss Emily. She is super nice and she is wonderful. But please help her out and always tell her who you are and who your child is. Even after she knows it, I can't imagine having hundreds and hundreds. I mean, I get to know all of you, and we have about 80 preschoolers, and I know the families. But sometimes I can look at your face and I'm like, oh my goodness, who in the world? If I don't see you every day, so always be nice and help them out. And same thing with us on preschool pickup, especially the first few weeks. We need help. You telling us who your child is. I can look at you and I know you're a preschool parent, but to put your face sometimes with the right child, I'm not going to give the wrong child. But just to connect it, give us a little help. It will make things go a lot faster. Can I get everybody? Jenny, when you see Miss Jen come back in, she kind of has a pink on her shirt. That's Miss Jen. I think she's watching the door out there. So that's all of our staff. We also have a nurse on staff. She's here every day, Nurse Sandy. So we always have that as well. Those first few things, this sheet, it's 4 pages front and back. This is basically kind of like your handbook for preschool. I'm not going to go through it every single line. You can read it. Like the first 4 things, you can read those things. I just wanted to introduce. COVID update, always on the website. They will keep you up to date, anything that's new. You also got a packet of stapled items. Keep those things stapled. Those things all go home with you. You don't have to turn any of those back in. There is a QR code in that packet. You can scan that and it gives off. It has COVID updates and a COVID booklet. But if there's anything new, you can go to the website. If there's something that you need to know that's very pertinent, we will send it out as a teacher through Seesaw. Seesaw is our main communication. Everyone should be on Seesaw. I sent out a message through Seesaw, through your classroom. You're even connected with your teachers. If you didn't get a message on Seesaw about an hour ago or an hour and a half ago, then you're not connected and you need to see us before you leave so we can get that fixed or write a note on your paper, okay? Because I did send it out to your teachers' classrooms. Again, a lot of people have asked about masks. It is recommended but not required. So that is completely up to you. I will tell you, we take extra cleaning precautions. Last year, all of our toys that we use every day, we bleach them down every day. We clean our tables multiple times a day. Every time we come inside, your poor kids, If anything, they're going to have chapped hands because we make them wash their hands. We hardly ever use Germex. We use soap and water. So we go through a lot of paper towels and a lot of soap. So if anything you're going to see, we might need to put some lotion on your kiddos' hands because we make them wash so much. Our goal is to keep your child safe and healthy, and we will do whatever it takes to do that. So please know that. Bright Wheel. Bright Wheel is, if you could download the app, that would be wonderful. It serves two purposes. It is our check-in, check-out system. If you have the app downloaded, you have a barcode. You can practice checking in today. Just make sure it works. If you don't have it downloaded yet, we'll have that barcode at open house, and you can check it then if you want to see if it works. If you did it last year, it's the exact same thing. It's not any different. The other thing that we use Bright Wheel for is for our payment. You are able to pay online two different ways. You can either pay out of your checking account. It is a 60-cent fee for each time you make a payment. Okay? It doesn't matter the amount. It's one flat fee. If you pay by credit card or debit card, then it charges you a 2.9% on whatever the balance is. Okay? The other way you can pay is by check, and you would send that in to us. Put it in an envelope, put your child's name on it. Please give it to the teacher that takes your care, that either, if it's drop off or pick up, the teacher that comes to your car, okay? If you would like to pay that way. It's completely up to you. But even if you pay with a check, your billing statements will come out every Thursday. Payments are due on Friday for next week. So on Thursday, your statement's gonna show up, it's gonna get sent to you for next week's tuition. If you ever see something that doesn't look right, message me. Don't message your teacher because they do not know any. I'm just going to let you know. If you ask them, they're going to say, talk to Miss Kim, because they don't know anything about the building. They just do the classroom. So, if you see something, please don't hesitate to ask me. There might be, if I might have charged you for something that wasn't supposed to, please just ask me, and I will double check it. It is on a rotating, so it automatically builds. So I don't change it unless our days are different. So next week we have 5 days. Labor Day week we only have 4. So you're only going to be, if you're an everyday student, you're only going to be billed for 4 days that week of Labor Day. If your child is sick or you choose not to send them, you are still responsible for paying that day. Okay. If it's not a school day, then we don't charge you for it. If it's a snow day, we will roll that money over to the next week. So you're not going to be paying for it unless we have school. In the email a couple days ago, I sent you a packet that said items to bring to the parent meeting, items to bring to open house, and things to do on Bright Wheel. Please make sure that you do go through that list. I didn't give it to you today. It came through Seesaw. If you need it, I can send it to you again. To go on to Bright Wheel and just double check your address is right, your child's birthday is right. You can add parent pickups if you need to do that. Make sure your email and your phone number is correct. There was also, if you're having trouble, there's also some links to watch some YouTube videos about Bright Wheel. If you're struggling with it, just let me know and I would be happy to help you out. Okay? Then the next thing is census sheet. If you look at your packet, should be on the front. There are a couple people. If you've registered in the last Monday or last Thursday or Friday, you do not have a census sheet because it hasn't came through the system yet. So I will get that, I know that you do not have one yet. We will get that tomorrow after you go in. So basically this is just, when you register, this is all your information. Please go over this, make sure nothing's changed. If somebody's phone number changed or address, or if you want to add some people for parent pickup, please put it on the sheet, okay? You're going to turn this back in. So just review that. Even if once you've made changes, I want you to sign it at and then I will just recycle it after I go through it. That way I know everybody's seen it. Everything you have in that paper clip, you're going to keep together and turn it in that red basket when you leave.
It doesn't have mine and my husband's name on there. Is it supposed to?
It's on the census sheet.
Yeah, it just has her name, her brother's name, and then the non-household.
It should. So list said, just write me a note, mom and dad not on there, and I will double check why it's not on there. That's a perfect question. Yes, it should have everybody on there. All right, next back to the sheet. We're good to go. Moving right along. You can read through those things. If your child has any severe allergies, I know we've already put them on there, but I like you to write it real big on the sheet just to double check that in case something's changed and it's not on our records. So if your child has some type of severe allergy that we need to know about or make sure, we have it on our medical list, and if you are questioning it, you can ask your teacher, or you can ask me and I'll double check that it's there. If you can do that. If your child ever needs to bring medicine to school, we do have a form. Nurse Mandy can get that for you that you'll have to fill out if your child needs to take medicine while they're at school. And also in your packet, I'm going to tell you this, there's little tags, car tags. These are to put over your windshield, so when you drive up and parent pickup, we can cheat and look and try to have your child ready. So it really is just a cheat. So to color your tag is the color of the room your child is in. So Waylon is in the yellow room, okay? And it's really, if you would put that on there. We only gave you 2. If you need if you have more than 2 people that pick up on a regular basis, just message your teacher and they'll send another one home next week. It's not a big deal. We just did, if you don't need more, we're just not going to make them all, okay? But we can give you one at any time. It's not a big deal. So, just so I can lay that down. Done with that one. You have parent financial agreement paper. You need to, in the first section, it says tuition. If you're in district, full-time, it's 27. If you're out of district, it's 33. Please initial by the 1. If you're part-time, in district 17, out of district is 20. Please initial. It should be highlighted which one you are, if you'll please initial that. The next section is extended care. It should be highlighted what you're using. If there's a change, please note it on there, and we will get that fixed. And you initial by the ones that are for you. If you do AM care, PM care, or Kids Corner. If you don't do it, don't initial it. At the bottom, it says preschool program. It should have highlighted which class you're in. If you're a 3-year-old full-time or 3-hour, please initial by the correct one. If you flip it over to the back, first section is residency. If you're in district, you initial by the resident. If in district, if you're out of district, initial by the one that says out of district. And then the next ones, I would have you read those and initial those. You already paid a $50 registration fee, so that I understand failure to pay tuition on time could result in dismissal from the program. I would discuss that with you beforehand. I understand that I am responsible for tuition and fees for all days schools in session. We talked about that. And there's the fees for the electronic right bill. There's a late payment fee of $5 if it's reoccurring. I agree if you continue to be late on pickup, we can assess a late fee for pickup. I would again talk to you about that first. A return check fee. And if for some reason we would have to withdraw from the program, we would give you a lease notice. Any questions on that one? And then if you apply for local or state assistance, that's on there, and I wrote some notes. If you have questions about assistance, see me afterwards. The next one's policies and procedures. There's a list you can read through, and then on the back you're going to read those. The only one that's not totally, that you might have a question about is that there is a plan regarding communication. We will use email and Seesaw, or if it's something very urgent, we're going to call you by phone, okay? Both of these 2 sheets that you're signing and initialing and returning, there is a copy of them in that stapled packet for you at home, so you'll be able to have that for your records, okay? So if you'll sign and initial those things and turn those in. The next thing in the packet is there should be a yellow You can read through it, and then there is an application. This is for application for free and reduced lunch. I know you are not paying for your lunches. Our preschool program, we do not get funding from the state. You pay tuition, and that's what funds our program, okay? And honestly, our tuition doesn't pay for our whole funding. Our district funds us, okay? This, and for our whole school district, this is how we are asking you to fill this out and to turn it in, even though you're not really applying for it. They use this and we get grants based on how many people fill it out and different things. If for some reason you don't want your salary on there, then don't put it, but please fill out the rest and turn it in. This is one of those things that we could get funding for our school district based on these things. So if you would not, you only have to, if you have multiple kids in this district, you only have to fill out one per household. Please include all children, even if they're not in school, okay? And you can turn that in over there. It's just a couple lines. It looks overwhelming, but it's really not that much. Secondly, on the back of that yellow sheet is a request for information. It just strictly wants to know, does each child in your family have health insurance? Mark yes or no. And then you can fill out the bottom. If there's not, then we will work on getting items for you. All right, any questions about those two things? Okay, lunch menu. Another thing in that staple packet is lunch menu. Your child, everyone will be here for lunch. Even if you're just a half-day student, we'll still be here for lunchtime. There is a August menu. We will send a menu over Seesaw each month. At the end of each month, we'll send it for the next. There are always two choices. The second choice is always a sandwich. It's either grilled cheese or peanut butter and jelly, depending on the day. If your child does not like the choice and you want to send them a lunch, you are more than welcome to do that. If you send them a lunch, if you don't send anything to drink, we will either give them water or white milk, whichever they prefer, okay? So even if you send a lunch, we can still get them a drink to go with it if you don't want to send something. Also during the day, we have a snack that's provided. You do not need to send anything for snack time. That's all included in your tuition. If you do before or after school care, if you do before school care, we do have breakfast. You have to be here by 7:30 to get breakfast. It is just a light breakfast, like cereal or granola bars or Pop-Tarts. It's not like this 4-course meal kind of thing. The kids won't eat that, I'll tell you. We've tried bigger breakfasts and they won't eat it. You do have to be here by 7:30. That's for the before school care. If you have after school care, we will have another snack after school for them. That is all included in it. Just to let you know, if you have older kids and you're used to paying for their lunches and you see, if you ever go on to Infinite Campus and you see their balances, your child's preschoolers will show up there too. If you see a balance, do not pay it. I will take care of it, okay? It's still going to show up under your child's name, but I pay for it, okay? Not me personally, preschool pays for it, okay? Yes?
Do we need to provide them with like a sippy cup throughout the day?
Good question. We are not bringing water bottles to school. We have cups for them.
Okay.
So you will not have to send one back and forth. I will tell you, they get broken in the hallway, they get dropped, they get spilled. Every child will have one here. So you don't have to worry about that at all. Great question. Any other questions about lunch or snack? Okay. School supplies, rest time bedding, extra change of clothes. Okay, you had a supply list. If you will bring all of those items to open house, that would be great, and not the first day, so we don't have to lug them in, because you're gonna pull up and we're gonna take your child from you. I know that's gonna be really hard, but I promise it's gonna be okay. Absolutely promise. I have had several people call me and say they can't find a 10-gallon Ziploc bag, that they're out of them. I know you can order them online. If you cannot find one right now, then put them in just some bag for right now for the first week. And if you can't, let me know. If we need to, I will order some online and then you can buy them. We can order them in bulk and buy them that way. Evidently, lots of schools are asking for those this year, I guess. They work perfect. We do not do backpacks. All you're gonna get is that 10-gallon bag with the bedding in it. They will bring it home every Friday or Thursday if that's your child's last day of the week. Please wash all the bedding and send it back the next week, okay? In that bag is gonna be a folder with all their papers. We send everything home on the last day of the week every week. Then you send it back the first day of the next week. That way it's a routine, everybody knows where everything is. And they can carry those bags. We will help them if they need to, but it's just much easier. They don't drop things in the hallway. It's just the backpacks, it gives us more room for their coats and their cubbies, less germs going back and forth, less things to carry, that kind of thing. Any questions? And you don't even have to send a water bottle each day. We will take care of that as well. Any other questions about that? Communication with teachers and parents, I said we're going to use Seesaw. They're already set up. We can also use email. Some things, if it's a longer item, it might be that way. If it's something, it's okay if you need to talk. If you need to request the teacher to call you, it is sometimes hard to reach us during the day in the classroom. We do have a phone, but we can't always get to it. So if you send your teacher a message on Seesaw, they can try to contact you after school or during a break. If there is an emergency, then call the school office. Our administrative assistant, Emily, will get in touch with us immediately. Okay, so you can get a hold of somebody if there's something urgent. You'll just have to call the office because we do not always answer our phones in the classroom. Nurse in the building. You do have a medical exam sheet that you're supposed to. I have to have that by the end of August. If you need to fax that, I told people not to fax it in the summer. It's not that you can't fax, it's just there's nobody here to get the fax, so it gets lost. It's turned off, so it won't come through. So if you need to fax that to us, I have a fax number if you want to write it down. It is 636-937-6835. Okay? Or you can email it to me. Tuition payments are due on Friday for the next week. You are welcome to pay more than what the balance is. I have some families that like to pay for it a month at a time, or they just like to put $300 on down, and then when that's gone, they pay again. Some people, if you want to pay for a whole semester at a time, I can help you figure that out, or you know what it is each day. You can pay a semester at a time if you would like to do that. At the end of the year, I will send out a tax statement. You need to go to an accountant or ask someone if you can use this for part of your taxes. I am not your tax person, but I will provide that statement for you to take to your tax person, okay? Some of you might be having money withheld from your paychecks, and sometimes you need things signed off. Just bring those and I will sign off on those. If you have a reimbursement account, bring the form and I can sign off and I can give you, they might need our tax ID number on that. I can do all of that. So just bring it in to me and I will take care of it for you. Next page, yeah. We're good. We're going right along. If you pay by a check, right, they have the checks written out to Jefferson R-VII. There is tuition assistance available. There's state and local. Our in-district students are eligible to apply for both. Our out-of-district are only eligible for state. If you're interested in those, please contact me. I've already gone over snacks. We've already gone over backpacks and water bottles. Extended care. We have lots of friends that do before school care. Our regular day is 8 to 3. If you need care before or after school, we have that available. It is for an additional fee. So drop off and pick up. At 8 and 3, you're going to pull up right here in this way, and we're going to come out those doors right there, and we're going to come to your car, and we're going to take your child out, and we're going to walk them in. We'll have some teachers in here watching the kids. We'll have probably 3 teachers going to the cars and bringing them to here to this group, okay? We will put orange cones, and basically we're going to come and get your kids out. If it's raining, we're only going to unload under the canopy so we keep them dry. So it'll take us a little bit longer, but we're still pretty fast. We do it pretty good. So we will come out at 8, a few minutes before before 8 to start getting them out. At 3 o'clock, we dismiss. Again, you're going to pull up, and there will be orange cones. We are going, if when you park, notice if you're in between the orange cones, please get out of your car, come to the front bumper that's on the side by the sidewalk so we can see you, and you can put your child in the car. And we are only going to bring the kids that are in between those two cones. If you're behind the cone, don't get out of your car until you've pulled up and you're in between the cones, okay? On rainy days, we'll make that cone length a whole lot smaller so you don't have to stand in the rain. We'll come to the couple, just do the awnings, and we'll bring them out to you. If you do before or after school care, we're sorry, we do not come out because we're inside. We will have to bring it in the walkway under the awning into the glass area right by the office. In the mornings, there will be a teacher there. If not, there's a number you can call down, or the office will buzz down for us, okay? You can bring them in there. If you're after school, that front door is going to be locked as well, and there's a buzzer on the outside. It says Kids Corner. Buzz that button. Say I'm here for my preschooler, say preschooler, so it just makes it faster for them to walk you down to the rec room, and tell them your preschooler's name, okay? They will walkie-talkie down to the correct room, and the teacher will bring them down to you. Our building is locked all the time. During the day, the door going into the lobby will be open, but it's locked, the office and everything. After school, even the outside door is locked, so push the buzzer, and it'll intercom, and you'll just have to talk. Say preschool and say your child's name, and then they'll walkie-talkie down to the preschool room, and we'll bring them down to you. Any questions about that? Okay. In your packet, if you did extended care, there is an extra sheet, and I have it highlighted. It should have the correct things that you signed up for. If you need to change it, make a note on there, and I'll do that. If you can tell me approximately when you're going to drop your child off and approximately when you're going to pick them up, it does not have to be exact. Just kind of a range, just so we make sure we have the right number of staff. We have people work till 4. We have people work till 5. We have people come in at 7. We have people. Before school care starts at 6:45. After school care is till 4:15, and then the extended kids corner is till 6. Okay? So if it varies, that's fine. It just gives me an idea so we can make sure we have enough staff at the right times. If you ever need to change your extended care, we are flexible with the before and the after, as long as you tell me by Friday morning of the week before, I can take it off and you won't be charged. If you do kids corner, I cannot take that off because that is a separate staffing. Okay, it's not our preschool staff that does kids corner. That is with Coach Wilson. I will tell you, part of our preschool staff does work over there and that helps with it. But that staff we hired just to come in, so we can't flip their schedules around. So I can't cancel those, but I can the AM and the PM right after school. Even if you have kids corner, if you tell me ahead of time, I can take those fees off as long as you tell me, so that I can adjust our staffing for those same things. Okay? If you ever need to add it, we can always add it at a later time too. We're pretty flexible on that. Any questions on extended care? Okay.
So will Kids Corner be billed separately then?
No, I still bill it with preschool. It's still on there, and when you look at it, that's a perfect question. On your billing statement, you're gonna have tuition. It's gonna say 3 days, 2 days, 5 days, however many days you are for that week. If you're out of district, it's gonna say OD, so you know that you're out of district. If you're a half day, it'll say half day. There'll be another line that says AM, and it'll have that marked. There's another line that'll say PM, and it'll have that marked. And there's another line that says Kids Corner, okay? So everything is listed out separately for 1 week. That statement will come out on Thursday. If for some reason I didn't get it corrected, tell me and I will fix it.
Well, I noticed Coach put her in a thing for Kids Corner too, so she's got like a bride meal thing for him and one for you.
That's for check-in, but not billing. I will do the billing. She is in Kids Corner, but that's so he can check her in and out over there.
Okay.
Perfect question. Extra clothes, please, everyone, bring to open house. Take a gallon Ziploc bag, put an extra set of clothes. Even if your child doesn't have accents most of our accidents are not necessarily bathroom accidents. A lot of them, especially in my class, because we're the first class to go out to recess, if I don't get to those slides and wipe them off, their bottoms get wet from the slide, or they spill their milk at recess, or at lunch, or they got paint on them, or it could be almost anything. They got crazy at the sink when they were washing their hands. Please send a shirt, shorts if it's warm, a pair of underwear, 2 pair of underwear would be wonderful, and socks, okay? We do have some extras, but I do not have enough extra. And I will tell you, and you quote me if I'm right, if I have one accident in a day, that means I'm going to have 3. It just happens that way. I can go 2 weeks with no accidents in my class, but if I have one accident one day, I'm going to have 3. They just multiply. It just happens. That's just the way it is. So please do that. If your child has an accident, we're going to put them in a Walmart bag or a Ziploc bag. We're going to send them home. We're going to let you know. Please, the next day, send another set of extra clothes in. Okay? If we send home our clothes, please wash them and return them. It's not that we're partial to them. It's just we run out. If you have extra underwear or sweatpants or shorts, I don't need shirts. We've got 10 trillion shirts, but sweatpants or shorts that are easy on and off or underwear, and you want to donate them, we would love to have them. The underwear is the thing we run out of the most, okay? Sometimes we don't wipe very well, and that's our main problem. So, just to let you know, just be important to the point. Any questions? Rest time. We do have rest time every day. I know some of your children do not take naps, but we still do rest time. They are not required to go to sleep, but they do have to lay there quietly. And after a week, you would be amazed. The ones that tell me that their child never takes a nap are most of the time the ones that fall asleep the fastest. We have cots, very nice cots. They're off the floor about 2-3 inches. You are to bring in a regular size crib sheet. It fits perfectly on there because it doesn't pop off. If we put a blanket, if they roll, it rolls off and then they're on the cot. So that's why we ask for a crib sheet. We ask for like a beach towel or a very small blanket, not anything huge. You can have a small pillow and they can bring in their own stuffed animal. Please do not make it a huge one, just like this big, no more than this big, like the size of a piece of paper, okay? Please do not have an animal that makes noise or lights up, okay? They have to leave that animal there for the week. They can't take it home in their backpack, so don't send something that they sleep with every night and they're going to be crying at home, okay? If they want to switch that animal out each week, that's wonderful. Please do not send a different animal at a different time during the week and say, oh, I want this. Wait to the end of the week and exchange it then, okay? Please don't send other toys to school. We have plenty of toys. Unless it's show and tell and we are requesting you to send something, okay? We just don't want anything broke or lost. See. I told you about the medical exam. First payments are due this Friday. Preschool t-shirts. They're in that packet that's stapled. There is an order form for preschool t-shirts. Will you hold up those t-shirts for me, please? These are a sample. They are royal blue. They're super, super cute. They're just like mine except royal blue. There's an extra small and a small over there if you want to see the sizes. The sizes are on the sheet. You can order t-shirts, sweatshirts, and long sleeve t-shirts. They're all royal blue, and the price is on there, 10, 12, and 15, something like that. They are not due till the first week of September. I just wanted to send it home. We will send out reminders in Seesaw. I just wanted you to be able to see the samples. You are welcome to order them for your child or for yourself, however many, whatever you want, okay? If you write a check, make them out to Jefferson R-VII or send cash. Please put the order form and your money in an envelope and mark it T-shirt money in your child's name, okay? Any questions about that? All right. Calendar, there's a copy of the school calendar. It's the same as the district calendar, okay? I tried to write it where it was user-friendly. I already talked about breakfast. PAT screenings. If you registered back in March, April, we already did PAT screenings. Your child has already done that. If you are a newer registrant, if you registered in May or this summer, then PAT will come in and do screenings for our children. You probably about the first week of October. I will send packets home and ask you for permission to do that later on, okay? Morning drop-off, we went over. Late arrival, please, please, please try to be on time. If you are not, they're not going to come to your car. That's one disadvantage. You're going to have to walk them into the office if you're here. We are usually done by, once we get started, we're done before 10 after. So please don't pull in at 10 after and expect us to still be here because we might not still be at the door, okay? You just have to bring them in, but you will have to wait for preschool staff to come down. So it might be a couple minutes. You can't just walk them down to the classroom. If you need to pick up your child early from school, there is no pickup from 2:30 to 3. So if you need your child before 3 o'clock, you need to pick them up before 2:30. That is because the rest of the building is doing parent pickup in buses. And I will tell you, if you see it out there, you can't get in the parking lot, can't you? It's crazy. So safety, we do not do preschool unless it's an absolute emergency kind of thing. And if it is, I would call ahead and tell the secretary and see what we can do to figure something out if it's like an emergency. But if it's in a doctor's appointment, please come and get them before 2:30, okay? Afternoon pickups, already gone through. Color tags, we did over, we're on the back page, we're almost done. Security and safety, we have already talked, Deputy Nanny was here. Our building is locked down. It's for your safety. This year with COVID, we will not have visitors just for safety reasons. Parties, we will have parties, but you will not be able to come to our parties. Maybe later in the year things are changed. We will just have to look at how the things go. We will still have parties. We're still going to have fun. We'll send you pictures. We'll do all of those things. If your child has a birthday, like I have one friend that has a birthday on the first day of school, she's going to send in treats. That is absolutely fine if you want to. It needs to be store-bought and packaged, okay? Just let your teacher know ahead of time so we don't have two kids bringing birthday treats at the same time, okay? That's the only reason we really need to know. Birthdays, dress for playground. We have a pea gravel pit on our playground and we have mulch. So just think about shoes. We play in the gym every day. Like slippery dress shoes probably aren't the best thing. Not that they have to wear tennis shoes every day, I'm not saying that, but just so that they know that, please help them to learn to put their socks on and their shoes. We will help them tie them. I have a rule in my class when it's rest time, they can take their shoes off, but they can't take their socks off because Miss Kim doesn't do stinky socks. You have to leave. If you can't put your socks on, don't take them off, because I have to put your socks on. I will help you. So that's what I tell them. So, birthdays, parties, I think we've done all that. Last thing, we have something new this year, books for all. We are going to try our hardest to give every preschooler a book every month for them to take home to keep for their own. Reading is very, very important. Scholastic has some things. We will send book orders home. You can read, you can order books, but you do not have to order books. But we are going to try our hardest to give every preschooler, starting in September, a book to take home that they get to keep for themselves. If you would like to, so it's about $12 for the whole year for each preschooler. We have 80 preschoolers in our program. So if you would like to donate to that, we have an envelope. You can donate, or you can send in money if you want to do it at a later time. Put it in an envelope and put book donation. And we are going to buy our kids age-appropriate books and give them one each month. So we've asked a few people. Do not feel like you have to, but if you would like to donate and help, that would be wonderful. This will be their first year, but we're just trying to help. Books are just really important, and they get very exciting, and for them to have their own, it is very exciting for them to have something new like that each month. Does anybody have any questions? Did I forget anything? Oh, perfect. I didn't have that on my sheet. Girls dress. If someone wears a dress, I would suggest they wear shorts underneath. Because some of our friends, at rest time, their dresses kind of go up. Because they're just rested, but sometimes they end up around their neck. So it's kind of nice if they have shorts. Perfect. I didn't put that in my notes. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
What is the earliest you can go to the
Probably the earliest you can come on, they think the older kids are done and start at like 7:40. So it'll be empty out there probably at 7:40, but we won't come out yet.
Right.
Yeah, but I would say 7:40, the older kids are in the building and there won't be traffic out there. If you come and get your child some other time during the day, please park, don't come up to the Circle Drive. We have buses coming through from different things all day long. So please don't park this way unless it's the end of the day, they know that's parent pickup, okay? Any other questions? Yes?
Okay, but on the right road, you say that there will be someone out there to scan.
Yes, I'm gonna have that paper that you have there, we're gonna come to your car, and it'll have the QR codes, and you're gonna scan it each one. Yep. Actually, we're gonna have one person walk down the cars and doing the codes, somebody else is gonna be coming to get your child on the other side. Yeah, that's another thing. If you could possibly have your child on this side of your car, that's great. If you can't, I understand you have other children and car seats don't always work that way. But if you do, it does make things easier for us.
On the driver's side?
On
The passenger side.
passenger side. That was a thing there's not on there. On the passenger side back seat, that would be great. And again, when you pick up, if you're in between the coats, please get out of your car unless it's raining. And come to the corner so we can see you, and we'll bring your child to you, and then you can put them in the car and buckle their seatbelt. We do not buckle the car seats.
Okay, so with that right wheel, do you have like, say, a grandma wants to come? They
Yeah.
can that now too?
They can. If you, I would even tell you, if you have somebody that just picks up once in a great mood, just have them have their driver's license ready. They don't have to. I will tell you, if it was my mom picking up, my mom could not do that part of the thing. So that being said, just make sure until we know them. Again, the first thing, if somebody new picks up, give us a heads up. Like if you have a grandma that only picks up once in the blue moon, just message your teacher so we're looking for that person in the line. It's not that it just makes it faster for everybody to go through. We try to, we're pretty good. We are usually done with parent pickup by 10 after. I will tell you the first couple days don't come until about 5 or 10 after because the buses will be a little late. It usually takes just about 2 days. If you come early, those buses don't pull up here until the buses have left. If you get here early for pickup, please go. The Danby building is straight across behind the football field. That lower parking lot, pull in there until you see our buses dismissed. That way you're not blocking Dueling Hollow because the high school, Danby, and Telegraph are all leaving and it is a traffic jam. But when it's preschool time, everybody's gone and it just flies. We're good to go. That's why we release when we do. If you have kids at Platten, you can do pickup and you will make it there too. Or you can pick them up if the timing will all work out. If you have a child at Festus, timing still works out. Okay, any other questions? If you will please make sure all those papers you need to turn in, if you put the paper clip in and put it in a red box, if you want to make a payment today, you can hand it to one of the teachers. If you want to make a donation for the books, you can do that. They'll put it in the envelope over there, and we will see you at open house. And if you have more questions, just message me. I know some people sent messages today. I've been in meetings all day, so I have not looked at any messages today. I will do that after this.